Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, student. We are working on some important techniques regarding hematology laboratory or collection of sample. So today's our topic is phlebotomy. Phlebotomy actually is a collection of blood for various laboratory analysis. Testing and research work as well. So now we are going toward another slide. What is phlebotomy? The basic concept behind phlebotomy is actually the practice of drawing blood from analysis or blood transfusion. It means the collection of blood or drawing out of blood from human body through capillaries, veins, or arteries for various laboratory analysis, research purpose, or blood transfusion for any other person. So this is a basic concept behind phlebotomy. It is also referred to as venipuncture and is an uh, important part of today's healthcare industry because blood collection is a very basic and important category or part of any healthcare system, hospital, etc. Professional effective phlebotomy contributes to enhance the work efficacy and reputation of any laboratory. So a single prick or single or gentle prick, a single prick with a gentle prick is very helpful to exert a impact on any client or patient. So basically experienced persons are experienced phlebotomist shows very good impact for a patient. So and another important thing, the technique used for phlebotomy include venipuncture, capillary puncture, and arterial puncture. It depends upon the disease uh, कि किस जगह से कलेक्शन की जाए कैपिलरीज, और इट डिपेंड्स अपॉन द एज एज ऑन एज ऑफ पेशेंट एज वेल. All these techniques are best performed if there is a strong involvement and cooperation of patient with the phlebotomist. So cooperation of patient is a very good factor to decide to draw the blood for phlebotomist. Patient should be in zone of comfort during the procedure. Patient should be all ethicals, all patient ethics or bioethics must be fulfilled or or covered to during taking the blood out, and all instruction about before phlebotomy you must give to the patient. So complete guidance to patient before puncture. Any type of danger or any type of harm of from phlebotomy or from taking blood, you should tell the patient the before it's doing. So जो है phlebotomy के basic concept यही है. And points about phlebotomy is before the patient before it is also crucial that phlebotomist must be proper hand hygiene. Wear gloves before drawing blood, decontaminate the skin at the site to be punctured, and apply disinfectant technique. The contamination rate of tourniquet or contaminated tourniquet with MRSA. MRSA is a very dangerous Staphylococcus aureus strain of bacteria which can cause 25% uh, which can cause very severe disease, and has been reported to be 25% due to lack of hand hygiene by the phlebotomist. It means due to lack of hygiene or carelessness, 25% cases of MRSA has been reported in clinical setups or in hospital setups. So before doing any further steps, or before puncturing the blood, you should ensure the sterilization and decontaminate infection or disinfectant of the all instrument, including hands, syringes, needles, tourniquet, gloves as well. uh, what happened in the clinical setups, patient came with the prescription or test, or prescribed test, and without any consent or without any further guidance, we phlebotomists become ready to take sample. No doubt it's due to high workload as well, but patient should know basic things before undergo this procedure. So phlebotomy, there are many errors which can cause many there are few errors which can cause severe condition during after phlebotomy. uh, you should must be careful before drawing out blood, because you are dealing with a living human body, or a living man. So you must be careful from all aspects. A proper before pricking or before selection of vein, you should ensure the test, or you should check the test again to draw the from for blood collection, because some samples must be drawn from arterial, capillary, and some from veins. So you should be aware कि किस टेस्ट का सैंपल किस साइट से लेना है. So you must be aware of some basic thing. In some basic things you should know as well. You should know well about collecting tubes, or functions of different collecting tubes, like EDTA, citrate, serum या gel tube, heparin, oxalate fluoride tubes. So it's also depends on the uh, test as well. So you should you should label the collection tube after complete study of test, complete name of test, and after complete thinking about test, we should label the collection tubes. Proper labeling of collection tube is very necessary for to eliminate pre-analytical error. Pre-analytical errors occurs before the analysis of pre-analytical errors occurs usually before the analysis of test, before the analysis of samples. So during from blood sample to till the transport into the in the lab, many type of errors can occur. These errors can cause damage in reporting system, can compromise your quality control system as well, can compromise your findings, and and most importantly, patient can suffer if any pre-analytical error happen. So to avoid pre-analytical error, you should know basic things about. First of all, sample must be a patient skin, and your hands or gloves must be decontaminated. You should well aware about the test and respected collecting tubes. You should know well about anticoagulant agent present in. You should must know okay, how much you blood have required to perform this test, and you should must know the side effects of collection of blood according to the condition of patient. So you should not apply tourniquet for a long time as well, because it can damage values of, it can change the value of many test results, like electrolytes or calcium concentration can be damaged for a long, if you applied a tourniquet for a long time. So ये सारी बातें तो होती रहेंगी. You should proper labeling of collection tubes, proper selection and the labeling of collection tubes is a very important. In labeling, you must label the collecting tube with lab number, patient number, lab number या lab number, patient number or case number, along with name, age and date as well. So date and sometime with time of collection as well. So these are some very important points you should know well about before the start of the collection of sample. So you should must aware of some basic harmful agents, like your skin flora like Staphylococcus epidermidis can cause can contaminate your sample. So if you are collecting blood sample, you should know you should know that you must have to decontaminate the site of collection very carefully, and the bottle of and the blood collection bottle head or opening must be sterile, so that we can avoid any type of contamination. uh, because contamination, regarding microbiology section, contamination is a very major cause in the interruption of the in the wrong interpretation of the result. So to avoid wrong interpretation and to get proper and accurate result, and to for the maintenance of the quality of the laboratory, and to follow the quality control instruction, you should aware all basic rules, and you should adopt all basic instruction before and during collection of the blood, and even after collection of the blood. ठीक है. What are the possible pre-analytical errors? Pre-analytical errors, as I described earlier, pre-analytical errors are those errors which occurs before analysis of the sample or blood, as we are dealing with the blood now. So but what are the analytical errors? Analytical errors are those errors which occurs during the analysis of any sample. It may be due to miss it may be due to failure of machinery, or any quality control disturbance, or any control disturbance, or any disturbance in the standard or value of the machine. So analytical error are those errors which occurs during the procedure, and the post analytical errors can occur. Post analytical can also occur. Post analytical errors are those errors which occurs after completion of analysis. It means analysis was done with analysis was done, and analysis was accurate, and analysis was 100% accurate. But during reporting, or during diagnosis, or during same thing, reporting, or during printing of any report, or during putting it the result on the softwares, you can you can क्या कह सकते हैं, you can misprint your report, you can miss you can call you can put any typing error. So these are some common post analytical error. Many types of error are many post analytical errors can occur, but common post analytical errors are misplacement of report, or wrong value, or mistyping, or misprinting. These all are post analytical common post analytical errors. But now possible, we are as we are dealing with the phlebotomy station, so we should know about pre-analytical errors. In pre-analytical error, correct patient you should assure correct patient identification. It means if you have a 10 patient in a row, and you have to collect samples from all 10 patients one by one, so you should know about the patient name, age, test as well. And don't mix the patient different patients and their samples. Wrong tube selection is also a very good very common pre-analytical error. Wrong tube selection is very common, because here we have some very unexperienced, or fresh phlebotomists. They don't know well about the test and collection of tube, and proper collection tube. So so very common thing is the wrong tube selection. So they collect the blood in wrong tube, and then they call a patient again to collect the blood for a proper in a proper tube. Wrong labeling is also a very common mistake. We usually many phlebotomists forget to label test tube properly. Before you should label, or you should ready and label the test or collecting tubes before puncture, before to start puncturing procedure. You should know about purpose of collection tube as well. Unhygienic site preparation is a very common mistake, and a very common, and very difficulty causing mistake in this in where we want to isolate some type of bacteria or viruses from any blood sample. Contamination can cause interruption in your results. Contamination can cause can lead you to misdiagnosis. Can So contamination of a sample can also damage the results. So unhygienic site preparation is a very common pre-analytical error. So we should use some proper alcohol based swabs or pads to sterilize the site. Then आता है delayed tourniquet application. A common pre-analytical error is the delayed tourniquet application. uh, few, just before to start to before puncturing, you should apply tourniquet for very short time, because it can ultimately can damage the values of some samples. Then आ जाता है hemolysis during the or fresh phlebotomist, or to do work in speedy manners, to do work in very with high velocity. Some phlebotomist can damage the quality of blood by causing it hemolysis. कैसे होती है hemolysis? Usually hemolysis, they want to collect the blood with speed. So during speedy movement, RBCs can when RBCs pass through the needle, they there are chances the breakage of RBCs. And when they put when they enter the needles, when they insert the needle in the collection tube, so they push the needle syringe piston to uh, fill the collecting tube quickly. So when the speed of blood increases during the passing from the needle, RBCs can get damaged by the narrow due to the very narrow hole of the needle. So इसका मतलब ये है कि आपको क्या करना है, आपको दो काम करने हैं. पहली बात, आपको जेंटल वे से पेशेंट का ब्लड निकालना है, बहुत ज़्यादा स्पीड से भी नहीं और बहुत ज़्यादा स्लो तरीके से भी नहीं. आपको एक नॉर्मल वे में पेशेंट का ब्लड कलेक्ट करना है. एंड देन आपको जो है उसे कहाँ पुट करना है, उसको कलेक्शन ट्यूब में अगर आप डालेंगे सिरिंज को, तो आप सिरिंज के साथ जो पिस्टन अटैच है उसको प्रेस नहीं करेंगे. ड्यू टू वैक्यूम इन अ कलेक्शन ट्यूब, blood can automatically enters in the कलेक्शन ट्यूब. सो इसलिए आप जो है आप सिर्फ और सिर्फ नीडल इंसर्ट कर देंगे कलेक्शन ट्यूब में. सो जितना उसको ब्लड और वैक्यूम होगा वो सारा उतना वो ब्लड कलेक्ट कर लेगा. एंड अगर आप ऐसा प्रेशराइज्ड और रैपिड वे में इंसर्ट करते हैं तो हीमोलिसिस जो है वो आपको क्या करेगी, जो रिजल्ट्स को ख़राब करेगी. जैसे कि if you have to go for CBC and the hemolysis of RBCs has been occurred, so so then you can get the value of RBCs low, because many RBCs, because CBC में जो RBCs काउंटिंग है वो तो नॉर्मल RBCs की हो रही है. आपने तो क्या किया, hemolysis करवा दी. देन आ जाता है inadequate collection is also a very common pre-analytical errors, especially from neonates or from newborn babies, because sample drawing from newborn babies is difficult as compared to adults. So some phlebotomists just want to just stay and collect a few blood to perform test. But यू शुड वेल नाउ डैट कि कलेक्शन ट्यूब के अंदर अगर आप ब्लड ले रहे हैं तो उसमें एक ख़ास अमाउंट है एंटीकोआगुलेंट की. एंड यू शुड हैव डाइल्यूट विद अ प्रॉपर क्वांटिटी ऑफ ब्लड विद एंटीकोआगुलेंट. इट मीन्स इफ़ जैसा कि ब्लड अगर EDTA, एक वायल जिसमें EDTA मौजूद है एंटीकोआगुलेंट, और आप उसमें जो है उसमें लिखा है कि कि इसमें आपको 2 ml ब्लड डालना है, इट मीन्स 2 ml ब्लड with a calculated anticoagulant which is present in the collection tube is necessary. It means कि डाइल्यूशन जो है उस ब्लड की 2 ml की उतने जितनी क्वांटिटी है उसके साथ ज़रूरी है। अगर उससे कम होगी तो रिज़ल्ट्स ख़राब आ सकते हैं। प्रोसेसिंग डिले, अगर एक सैंपल जो है वो काफ़ी लंबे टाइम के लिए पड़ा हुआ है, इट कैन डैमेज द रिजल्ट्स एज वेल। This habit is present in many laboratories. Those who are working with high workload or less workers, it can cause result damage as well. For example, if you got a sample for CBC after after 24 hours, or after even 12 to 24, or between 12 to 24 hours, there are some values of MCHC, minimum concentration of hemoglobin, minimum corpuscle hemoglobin concentration. You can not rely MCHC value, because because after some time, or after a large stay of sample in a laboratory or without analysis, or they results can be changed, and the values of RBCs, because there are many electrolytes are present in the sample, there are many hormones or enzymes in the present in the samples, they are working on the RBCs, they are working on the blood cells. After you should perform test as soon as possible, or according to recommended guidelines. Wrong blood vessel puncture is very common practice as well here, as very common error. Wrong vessel puncture can damage your result. It means if you not well aware about vein puncture or arterial puncture, and you have to test ABGs, you have to collect the blood for arterial blood gases, and but you don't know about artery or collection from the artery, and जैसे आप कहते हैं ना कि आप वेन से ही ब्लड ड्रॉ कर लेते हैं, जबकि चाहे बल्कि जो रिकमेंडेड ब्लड है वो है फॉर ABGs इज़ फ्रॉम आर्टरी। सो जब आप वेन से लेंगे तो डेफिनेटली देर विल बी अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस बिटवीन आर्टीरियल एंड वेनल ब्लड वैल्यूज, और ABGs of the venous and arterial blood. Then so you should well aware about pre-analytical error proper, और उसके बाद जब कलेक्शन कर लें तो आप प्रॉपरली उसको लेबल शुदा सैंपल को एज सुन एज पॉसिबल लैब में डिलीवर करें, ट्रांसपोर्ट करें। इफ़ यू need to put any type of anticoagulant or collecting material or transport media in the sample, you should know where you should mix with proper anti coagulant, or you should mix the blood with proper anticoagulant and with proper transport media. So there are many samples which require a transport media to transport the sample. So for blood, as far as blood is concerned, you should well know about the anticoagulants. Inshallah, soon we will discuss some common anticoagulants, and now pre-analytical errors are hopefully covered. You can discuss with me after listening this lecture. Here we are going to start our new step, which is the collection of blood from the vein. Famous veins are from the medial fossa, or you should know about the veins of hand or forearm. You should prefer the collection of collection of blood from veins from the forearm, or collection of blood from hand is also favorable or also safe, but recommended or priority of priority is the collection of blood from the forearm. Vein of forearm, like medial veins, you can see in diagram median cubital vein, or median antebrachial veins, basilic veins, and you should check, or you should prepare the vein before puncturing it. And okay, steps for venipuncture. What is venipuncture? Venipuncture is the collection of blood from the vein, or by the puncturing of vein. You should now some step before venipuncture. Person should be experienced and avoid causing discomfort to patient. It means the person who collects blood must have experience and patience to avoid causing discomfort to the patient. Okay. Second step is, before performing venipuncture, blood sample tubes must be ready and labeled. I am insisting again and again that you should well know about the labeling. You should know the importance of labeling of sample, proper labeling of sample. You should add name, lab or case number on the sample on time, because sometimes we can put pre-analytical errors by mislabeling, or missing the samples, or mixing the samples, or mixing the unlabeled samples. So third one is the blood is collected by the technique, usually from antecubital vein, but can also be collected from the veins of hand. सो यू शुड चेक कि किस जगह पे वेन्स आपके लिए ठीक हैं, जहाँ पर पेशेंट के लिए भी जो है वो ठीक है, पेशेंट भी सेफ रहेगा. फोर्थ वन इज, द पेशेंट इज प्लेस्ड इन अ कंफर्टेबल पोजीशन सो दैट ही और शी कैन होल्ड द सिलेक्टेड आर्म कंफर्टेबली. सो पोजीशन ऑफ अ पेशेंट इज ऑल्सो मैटर. यू शुड आप जो है पेशेंट को खड़ा करके सैंपल ना लें, खड़ा करके सैंपल नहीं लेना चाहिए पेशेंट को. अब प्रॉपरली ऐसी पोजीशन हो, और ऐसे अगर कोई आप कहें कि स्पोर्ट हो जहाँ पर वो फोर आर्म प्लेस कर सके, और उसके लिए भी इजी हो और आपके लिए भी इजी हो, तो पोजीशन ऑफ पेशेंट इज़ मैटर, पोजीशन मैटर करती है. देन आ जाता है द नीडल एंड सिरिंजेस मस्ट बी स्टेराइल. ये जो है हमारे यहाँ इसका मसला ख़त्म हो चुका है, बिकॉज हमारे यहाँ जो नीडल और सिरिंजेस आ रहे हैं वो यूजली स्टेराइल और पैक्ड आती हैं, ठीक है. और आफ्टर अप्लाई सॉफ्ट रबर टॉर्निकेटर ऑन द अपर आर्म अबाउट 3 इंचज़ अबव द एल्बो. सो हमारे यहाँ एक सबसे बड़ा मसला टॉर्निकेटर का भी है. हम जो है अगर एक पेशेंट का सैंपल लेते हैं तो दूसरे पेशेंट के लिए हमारे पास टॉर्निकेटर घूम जाता है, और अगर हम 10 पेशेंट का सैंपल लें तो 11वें की दफ़ा टॉर्निकेटर घूम जाता है. एंड अल्टीमेटली इन सम लैब्स व्हाट हैपन्स, दे डोंट इवन they don't even want to purchase new tourniquets just because के वो गुम जाते हैं. So they use many types of drip tubes, or they use many types of जिसको आप कहते हैं ropes, just as tourniquet. But this technique is very dangerous and painful for the patient. Before this is First of all, this is not recommended thing. The tourniquet must be comfortable. Tourniquet must be comfortable for a patient. अगर आपने चीज़ ही ऐसी रखी है, अगर आप वायर से किसी की बाजू को बांध देंगे तो इमेजिन करें उसको पेन कितनी होगी. और अगर पेशेंट को पेन होगी तो वो उसका कंफर्ट जोन नहीं है। अगर आप टॉर्निकेटर यूज़ करते हैं तो आप टॉर्निकेटर और जो एक ड्रिप ट्यूब है या फिर आप जिसको हम कहते हैं वायर है, आप उनमें वाज़ेह फ़र्क फ़ील कर सकते हैं। आसान तरीका ये है कि अगर आप पेशेंट के ऊपर एक्सपेरिमेंट करने से बेहतर है अपने पर एक्सपेरिमेंट कर ले। इसका हरगिज़ मतलब नहीं कि खुद को सरिंजें मारें। इसका मतलब ये है कि इफ़ आपके पास कोई ऐसी चीज़ है जो आप कहते हैं कि पेशेंट के लिए क्या नुकसानदेह तो नहीं है, जैसे कि टोर्निकेट है। टोर्निकेट अगर आप अपने बाजू पर कंफर्टेबल फील कर रहे हैं बांध कर, इट मीन्स टोर्निकेट इज़ वेल, टोर्निकेट इज़ गुड, टोर्निकेट इज़ also good for the patient, so you can use it for a patient freely. But sometimes tourniquet itself is itself can cause very painful time for a patient. So you should know the importance of tourniquet as well. So apply a soft rubber tourniquet on the upper arm. Rubber tourniquet preferred is rubber tourniquet. Okay, soft rubber tourniquet about 3 inches above the elbow. आपने एल्बो से ब्लड लेना है, आपने जो एंटी क्यूबाइटल फोसा है जो सेंटर वाला जो है वहाँ से ब्लड कलेक्शन लेना है किसी भी ट्यूब से, किसी भी वेन से। सो आपको उसके 3 इंचज़ ऊपर टोर्निकेट बांधना चाहिए है। सो इतना नज़दीक भी नहीं कि जो सिरिंज है उसको जो ब्लड है वो ही ना आए, और दूसरा इतना ऊंचा भी नहीं कि उसका प्रेशर ही जो है वो जो है create ही ना हो pressure. So next one is they clean the side to be punctured with spirit swab. A common practice is we have a or commercially prepared spirit swab, a disposable spirit swab. We used one spirit swab for a one patient, so we can so that then we can avoid for contamination, and for cross contamination we can eliminate. So we are now safe before we have commercially available spirit swab. So you should use one spirit swab for a one patient, or according to the guidelines. Clean the side to be punctured with a spirit swab, then remove the cap from needle and hold the syringe in a such a way that the bevel of the needle is facing upward. जो नीडल का ग्रूव है, आपने कैप उतारने के बाद उस नीडल के ग्रूव को जो है अपनी तरफ रखना है। इट डजेंट मीन कि नीडल अपने मुंह की तरफ रखनी है, इट मीन आप जब आप इस तरह पकड़ेंगे कि नीडल का जो ग्रूव है वो आपको नज़र आ रहा हो। देन Then for the collection of blood, bring the needle parallel to the vein and feel the vein and then break. It means that bring the needle parallel to the vein, press the skin, advance the needle about half centimeter and then prick the vein. It means you should know about the vein. You should know about you should feel the vein before pricking, before any try. So a blind prick is not recommended. Blind prick can cause serious डैमेज टू अ पेशेंट। सो खुदारा अन्नेवा तीर ना चलाएं, और जो है प्रिक करने से पहले अच्छी तरह इंश्योर कर ले कि आर यू एबल टू प्रिक properly or not. When after pricking, the blood will start appearing in syringe. Collect adequate amount and remove the tourniquet. After collection of adequate amount or recommended or labeled on labeled amount of blood on collecting tube, draw out your syringe or draw out your syringe withdraw your needle and place spirit swab or cotton swab on punctured side to stop bleeding. Then you should apply sterile cotton or spirit swab as well, because after sometimes after puncture, infectious agent can enter through the puncture site. So you should use sterile cotton swab after the after blood collection. Pour the blood in collection tube. It means and remove the after removal the needle from sometimes there are so many type of collecting tube available. Some collecting tubes are already attached with the needles. You have to prick you have to prick the vein for collection of blood. Then due to vacuum in the collecting tube, appropriate or adequate amount of blood enters in the collecting tube. But common or cheap practice is the collection of blood through syringe. Then you have to assure the proper entrance or proper way of blood entrance in the collecting tube. You should mix this sample after pouring in the blood collection tube gently. Don't mix the blood so speedily, or don't mix the blood with very high speed, or like as you are making scungy of anything, or like you are making sharbat. So don't mix the sample with anticoagulant with so speed that it can damage, so because it can damage RBCs or other cells. Rapid mixing can damage RBCs or other cells. And anticoagulant, so proper mixing with anticoagulant is also necessary. Sometimes the anticoagulant proper mixing with anticoagulant, due to lack of proper mixing with anticoagulant, blood samples become unable to analyze due to formation of clot or due to any other change. So you should mix the sample gently with anticoagulant, and then send the sample to the laboratory for examination as soon as possible. Don't place your sample in freezer and in heater, because it blood collected blood, you have collected blood from a temperature of 37 degrees centigrade. So keep the sample at 37 degrees centigrade, or do not freeze the sample, and do not place the sample at very high temperature, because it can damage your cells, it can damage the cells, and it can ultimately interfere with the interpretation of the results. Then there is an other technique which is capillary puncture. Sometimes this technique is useful for initial blood grouping, point of care testing, and also in newborn babies, where this technique is preferred due to low risk of injury. Or following steps should be followed while performing a capillary puncture. First one is the select a suitable site for the puncture. Select a suitable site for the puncture. Select a suitable site for the puncture. Blood samples may be taken from a capillary puncture of the heel in young infants, and a finger in others. So as you know, capillaries are present in all parts of bodies. So if you have a prominent capillaries of any baby in hand, so you can collect. You are not so you have just assure the assure safe collection of blood, because sometimes during the collection of blood from a newborn baby, baby can react very forcefully. So you should carefully you should carefully prick the sample, prick the baby. You should carefully select the capillary of baby or site of collection. So these all are very important. So in babies, or especially newborn baby, blood collection is not very easy thing. From newborn babies, you should now first of all you should warm your hands in usually in winter season. जैसा कि आप लोग, अगर कोई फ्लेबोटमिस्ट है तो उसके हाथ ज़्यादातर ठंडे होते हैं, सर्दियों में बहुत सारे लोगों के हाथ ठंडे रहते हैं। तो जब कोई पेशेंट को लगाता है, और स्पेशली जब बच्चे को लगाता है, तो बच्चे को उस साइड पर पता चल जाता है कि यहाँ पर कोई चीज़ लगी है। देन newborn baby can cry, or newborn baby can cause difficulty in puncturing. So first of all, warm the side by gentle massage of the area, or applying a warm wet cloth for a few minutes. अगर आप सर्दी में है, विंटर सीजन है, so you should warm your hands before touching the newborn or patient as well. So you should warm your hands as well. Clean the site with 70% alcohol. So you should clean the puncture site with 70% alcohol or other antiseptic solutions, and dry with a clean cotton wool swab or piece of gauze. Okay, make a quick stab puncture. It means quick stab puncture with a sterile lancet, and remove the first drop of blood with a gauze pad. So a sterile lancet can be used for puncturing of blood, for capillary puncture. So the first drop of the blood with a gauze pad should be removed. Ensure free flow of blood. This will be facilitated by holding the puncture site downward and applying gentle pressure to the surrounding tissue, but don't squeeze, as this will cause contamination of the sample with tissue fluid. It means don't press the surrounding tissue with टू प्रेशर, डेट के जो सराउंडिंग टिश्यू का फ्लूइड है वो भी ब्लड में आना शुरू हो जाए। ऐसा नहीं करना, टिश्यू डैमेज नहीं करना, और हाथ की पोजीशन ग्रेविटी की वजह से नीचे की तरफ रखनी है ताकि ब्लड जो है इजीली आ सके। देन उसके बाद आ जाता है कलेक्ट द ब्लड इनटू कैपिलरी ट्यूब और अ पिपेट एटसेट्रा। सो कलेक्ट, इसमें क्या होता है, यूजुअली कैपिलरी ब्लड कैपिलरी ट्यूब में कलेक्ट किया जाता है। बड़ी कैपिलरी ट्यूब्स होती हैं तो उसमें ब्लड कलेक्ट करके एनालिसिस के लिए भेज दिया जाता है। आफ्टर कलेक्टिंग दिस सैंपल, अप्लाई जेंटल प्रेशर विद अ गॉज पैड, एंड इफ नेसेसरी कवर द पंक्चर साइड विद एन एडहेसिव स्किन प्लास्टर। अब देखिए, हमने ओपन सैंपल लिया, ब्लड फ्री फ्लो कर रहा था। सो अगर अप्रोप्रिएट सैंपल कलेक्ट हो गया तो उसके बाद उस साइड को अगर हमें किसी गॉज पीस, या जिसको हम कॉमन प्रैक्टिस में सनी प्लास्ट भी कहते हैं, कवर करना पड़े तो हमें कवर कर देना चाहिए है, टू अवॉइड more infection. Another important thing is arterial puncture. The arterial puncture technique collects blood from arteries for arterial blood gases, especially for ABGs, arterial blood gases, and is therefore vital to support the acid-base balance of an individual. So to ensure proper results, or to check acid base balance, or to check pH of the blood, or to check saturation of oxygen in blood or carbon dioxide in blood. ABG's arterial blood gases analysis is very important. To check arterial blood gases, you must have to collect arterial blood. You cannot collect venous blood. You have to collect arterial blood at any condition, and is therefore vital to support the acid base balance of an individual. It is important to note that capillary puncture has the same oxygen concentration, but there is possibility of contamination with the skin microbial flora, and specimen volume is less. So there are some important tricks during the some important things you should now for arterial collection. You should feel the you should feel the pulse before collection the blood from the arteries. You should feel the you should feel the artery. You should puncture properly, or you should puncture आर्टरी प्रॉपरली और आफ्टर कलेक्शन। और इसमें ये होता है कि जब आप आर्टरी प्रिक करते हैं तो आपको पिस्टन से जो सिरिंज का पिस्टन है उससे कलेक्शन नहीं करनी पड़ती, बिकॉज द प्रेशर इन आर्टरीज इज़ वेरी हाई। दैन प्रेशर की वजह से ब्लड खुद ब खुद सिरिंज में आ जाता है। then after the completion of whole procedure, make sure प्रेस दिस साइड फॉर अ सूटेबल टाइम विद प्रेशर। आर्टरी के अंदर प्रेशर ज़्यादा होता है, इसलिए अगर आप सिर्फ अल्कोहल पैड यूज़ करेंगे तो ब्लीडिंग हो सकता है, रुके ना। सो यू हैव टू गो फॉर अ प्रॉपर प्रेसिंग विद अ प्रॉपर टाइम। इट मीन्स आपको ज़्यादा टाइम के लिए ज़्यादा अच्छे से उसको क्या करना है, सेव रखना है। ठीक है।